Hey everybody, Cyberspace Paladin here, and welcome back to Let's Play Kirby's Adventure. This is it, the final level of the game, Rainbow Resort. Now, I want to thank everyone who gave me feedback about where to take this last episode. I've decided I'm not going to bother with secrets. I'm just going to beat the game first, and then I'm just going to revisit this later on in a bonus episode where I take care of the remaining secrets. I mean, there may be one secret that I'm going to show off, but other than that, I'm not going to bother. Well, actually, I'd like to talk a bit about Rainbow Resort's aesthetic first. You know what, no. I'm just gonna go into the video and talk as we go. Alright. Nighttime has fallen upon Dreamland. All the stars are out. But thanks to King Dedede taking the star rod and breaking it into pieces, which we've been collecting throughout our adventure, nobody's gonna have a good night's sleep tonight. And what with it being the Christmas season and all. Okay, not in the game, but in real life, we can't have that. Oh, well, I spoiled that. With the laser ability, you can reflect off of surfaces. You can reflect the beam off of surfaces, rather. Wow. I guess I'm a little more nervous about this last episode than I thought. Also, didn't I already talk about the reflection ability of the laser? Hey, you... oh well. It's so cool how they take advantage of this for the first part of the episode. And, you know, actually while I'm at it, I really like the darker color palettes. Excuse me. I really like the darker color palettes that are being used throughout this level so far, even for the enemies. Okay, I thought I was going to get damaged by that Gordo for a second, but it was like just high enough that Kirby slid right under it. But yet... Oh, I remember this one. This level is a bit of a... Well, this specific section is a bit of a pain. Mostly regarding the secret that's here. But again, the secrets are not really our focus here. I'm just gonna brute force it through to the end. Like the good old days. Back when I didn't care about 100% completion. And yeah, I used to just care whether I was able to get to the end or not. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, it's good for a speed run, but for, I don't know, say, an RPG that requires lots and lots of level grinding, really bad. I don't think I was really good at RPGs until I beat Final Fantasy X the first time around. Oh no. No, I was... That one specific fireball enemy has caused me so much trouble trying to get the secret in this episode. This level. No. Oh my gosh, I almost got him to respawn again. Can't have that. Wait, what am I doing? I'm not trying to show you that. Wow. No, I wanted the stone ability. Well, I guess I get my wish. But first, get rid of this pesky cannon. I just realized we went from winter to desert. Rainbow Resort has a lot of Arctic themes in it. Well, okay, maybe not necessarily that. The first level for sure. I'm still trying to piece together the rest. I mean, it'll come back to me. But yeah, this is just one big final gauntlet of different things, like everything we've learned thus far in the game comes together. Hey, there's the moon again. Alright. Nope, just shy of a 1-up. And here's the level select music. Very, very nice and dreamlike. Appropriate considering what Rainbow Resort is. Oh. This level... Yeah. Everything's quiet. Too quiet. You knew I was gonna say that, didn't you? Oh well. Alright, so this is basically a gauntlet of all the mini-bosses that we fought throughout the game. We're starting with Poppy Brothers Sr. And, actually, it just occurred to me. The outside of this level looked like just a really fancy-looking igloo, but when we actually come here, it's this big tower, which shares its tile set with Butter Building, I noticed. Hold on a second. Oh, that didn't work. I thought for sure we would have been able to... Huh. I mean, that should have done something. Oh, well. I can figure out the logistics of it later, but right now, it's time to defeat Teddy Roosevelt Clock one more time. And he's down for the count. Oh yeah, and I think it's cool how each of these arenas is different in... has a different look to it. Wow, I was dumb there. Well, there's no cheesing it with the mic ability now. So, but then on... excuse me. Then again, on the bright side, Mr. Frosty goes down in 2 hits if you fight him the legit way, so... no loss. If anything, we made up for lost time that way. I am not going to want this for, bonkers. Ah! Okay. And he's down. Come to think of it, I really don't know how helpful Hammer is going to be in this next boss fight. Because, actually, I don't even remember what the next one was. I just don't remember the sequence they go in. I just know that you fight some of the mini-bosses, and that's it. That's the end of the level. Also, I really like this, recessed area where the door is hidden in. That is some cool, that is some cool work with the graphic. You! Not this time, dumb turtle. Okay, I probably should have insulted him because... I think it's a little strange. I think it's a little interesting that the moment I insult him was the moment he jumped over my projectile. Hey, wait. I knew it. I knew he wasn't going to make it that easy. Take that! Excuse me. Wow, my voice is cracking a lot. I don't think I drank enough water. Okay, forget it. And I still got suplexed. Oh, that's probably the most painful one of Bugsy's moves to look at. Oh, okay, I know that my projectile hit that other bug, but it kind of looked like he collided with Kirby and exploded on contact. Alright, wait, no, I can't use backdrop against... I wonder if they deliberately designed this boss gauntlet. No, I am not Yarn! Okay, well, not until 2010 at least, but... oh boy. What did I just tell you? Bad kitty. And there's his fireball move, which we never got to see in the last time I fought him. Okay. That was close. And he's down. And that's the end. You probably noticed that some of the mini-bosses were missing, but I can assure you that there's a reason for that. Actually, probably a couple. I don't quite recall. And... here we go. Now it's really looking like a rainbow resort. And we get a maximum tomato for all of our troubles. Come on, one up. Yes! Alright, so now that we're out of the transitionary stages, where it was still basically the end of Orange Ocean, well, now we're going into the actual Rainbow Resort. This beautiful, starry, ethereal landscape. And, you know what? I know that normally you shouldn't eat the sleep enemies because they're usually... it leaves Kirby vulnerable, but... it just looks so peaceful. Okay, Kirby, time to wake up and start kicking butt. Again. Ow. You know, there's a lot of... and I just remembered I forgot to do the and then he died bit. Maybe if it's... nope. I had no chance of getting that back. Ice plus diagonal slopes equals... how do I navigate this? Maybe if I go around... and there's Broom Hatter. And a maximum tomato. Wow, he just slid right up the slope. Meta Knight! Yeah, I thought we were done seeing him back in Orange Ocean, but I guess he had one last invincibility lollipop to give us. Thanks, Meta Knight. We're gonna take full advantage of it. Alright, for the last time in this Let's Play, unless it happens again in the bonus episode, Hyper Ability! And we're just sliding across all this ice. Whoa. Oh, and now it's a waterfall. Okay. I guess I was wrong when I said we wouldn't need the parasol ability again. I just, yeah, I just tempted fate there. I'll just take that as a sign and not use parasol then. And another one up. Actually, I think the life counter maxes out at 19. I'm not sure. But yeah, I think we're pretty much set for the final boss. Because I have a feeling it might take multiple attempts, even though I've beaten it several times before. Let's see... yep. Finally, we've got a situation where... I guess Ball wasn't completely invincible. Wow. I guess I've been really underestimating everything about this, this last world. I forgot one of the biggest rules of Let's Plays. Never assume that your experience with a game will keep you from messing up. At least I think that's a rule. People refer to the Let's Play curse and stuff. Yeah. If you're doing a Let's Play, then you will mess up a lot, no matter how experienced you are with a game. Something along those lines. Also... Ouch. I kind of forgot about these rooms. I just really like the way they're designed. The little star blocks that divide everything off. The colorful patterns. Bringing back a lot of memories that I forgot about. Well, I'm toast. Bunch of fast-moving fireball enemies, 1 hit point, and... Okay. That was a close one. So I'm not out of the... Never mind. I'm not gonna say it now. Don't need to. Uh-oh. What rotten luck. Sliding right into... Anyway. Yeah. Given the background music and the fact that it's almost Christmas, I think I should probably start singing it again. You know. Because I don't think this song plays in any more levels after this. Maybe I'll wait for it to loop around again so I can sing the relevant bit. Oh, actually, I should probably not assume that you guys know what I'm talking about. Bit of a refresher. I said in the Butter Building episode that this song reminded me of Silver and Gold. So I'm gonna sing the lyrics again. Silver and gold, silver and gold. Everyone wishes for silver and gold, silver and gold. Decorations on a green Christmas tree. Okay, sure, I had to play around with the lyrics for a bit to get it to fit in with this song, but it's the thought that counts, right? Alright. So, as far as I know, there's only a couple levels left of this. And we're making some pretty good time. Yep. Here we are. Level 5. Excuse me. And they already... Oh. And at this point, the game just says, forget it, and decides to throw bombs at us. Or more accurately, throw nukes at us. Oh. Oh, here's Grand Wheelie. He was missing from the lineup. Fortunately, the game supplied us with the crash ability to make short work of him. But, it's not like the wheel ability is going to be very useful here. Oh. Yeah, this was such a great bit. Those stars... Those blackened out areas with the stars in them, they're gravity fields. This was always so cool. I thought how you can have Kirby literally falling forever at this point. But anytime the stars are trailing upwards. Or you can have Kirby fight against gravity, Dragon Ball Z style. 10 times Earth's gravity! Ugh. Oh boy. Okay, those fireball enemies... Huh. I did not know that they could calm down like that. I thought that they would just pursue you or, like, fly right off the screen. It seems that the enemies aren't really affected by the gravity fields, strangely enough. Actually, I think I can ditch the... I can ditch the wheel ability, since that's not going to help here. Okay, this doesn't lead to a secret, I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Okay. There we go. It probably just leads to an extra life or something, so... no big deal. Anyway, that's the last time we're going to hear the Rainbow Resort level music, because level 6 did something very interesting. And when my brother and I first played this game, and we went into this level, we had no idea what was going on. We couldn't make sense of the level's environment, the music, any of it. It just seemed very strange. But then again, the first time we played this game, we weren't aware that Kirby had more games after this, and one game before this one. Yep. Here it is. A recreation of Kirby's first game, Kirby's Dream Land, on the Game Boy. Except this time, using the assets from this game. We've even got green greens playing in the background. Now, again, I really did not get the reference the first time, but now knowing about Kirby's Dream Land, it just makes this whole level much more meaningful, and I can understand what it must have been like for people who had played Kirby's Dream Land and then moved on to this game, that the final level before the final boss was, well, a near-complete recreation of Kirby's entire Game Boy game. Of course, some levels, some enemies, and some rooms are missing, but only because there's already so much other stuff in this game already. So we went through green greens, and here we're in Castle Lololo. And, of course, there's not a single boss to be fought here because, well, actually it's obvious. Why would they put a bunch of bosses in the middle of the level? But now we're on Float Islands, the third level of the original game. I still remember the first time I was able to connect the dots. Actually, yeah, it was around this level. Yeah, it was around this point that I kind of realized that this was the first game. It was either during or after playing Kirby's Dream Land 1 for the first time. Okay, in the original Game Boy game, there was a hidden entrance there that led you to a 1-up, but that's not there. I thought for sure I was going to end up needing that maximum tomato. I cut it really close to that Gordo. And I used a valuable maximum tomato anyway. Oh well. But yeah, that was the screen that helped me connect the dots. But here, we've got the penultimate level of the game, Bubbly Clouds. There was no way they could fit Castle Dedede in the, in this level because, well, in the original game, Castle Dedede was really nothing more than... It was nothing more than a boss gauntlet with some mini-stages in there. But here, yeah, they actually skipped over a good chunk of Bubbly Clouds. Probably because a good chunk of it was a big maze. But here it is. when you go through that... Excuse me. Ow. When you go through that whole row of blocks, you know you're at the home stretch. And there's the moon again. You know, it's interesting how the moon was full in certain points, but it's a crescent in others. You don't think... Nah, I'm reading too much into it. You know what? One last secret. Just the one. The moon is a doorway to an area with a 1-up and a maximum tomato. Of course, we didn't really need the maximum tomato because switches refill your life. Also, I was wrong about the life counter maxing out at 19. Well, here it is. One last switch. And one last warp star station. Sort of. Well, here it is. Can we get one more 1-up? Yep. Bye. I just had to get that in one more time because that's the last time we're gonna see the Kirby dance. Because after this, there's just the final boss and the ending. No Kirby dance. Nothing. But we finally made it. We're here at the Fountain of Dreams. One last frog Dedede door. Let's go get him. King Dedede. You got a lot to answer for, buddy. And he can be pretty hard if you don't know what you're doing, because he can jump around a lot. And like that. Not to mention his hammer. Those dives, and he can also fly and inhale like Kirby. I think it was about here that I finally realized that he was a bird and not a frog like I'd thought. Okay. Oop. He got me. Also, it was a big surprise for me and my brother when we realized that King Dedede had the same powers Kirby does for exhaling and inhaling, although not copy abilities, thankfully. He was a lot more difficult in the remake, though, because, well, the remake was on the Game Boy Advance, which means there's a smaller screen. And they also made King Dedede way bigger than Kirby. So, bigger boss plus smaller screen equals a lot more opportunities to collide with him and get hurt. Fortunately, that's not a problem for this. Ow. And unless we can get more stars from him, we've got no chance of hitting him. And the only thing that produces stars are when he hits the ground with his hammer, like that, or when he does his high jump. I don't know, we might actually get him one more and then he died into this. Although, I'm doing pretty good thus far. And now I'm down to 1 hit point. And then he died! Yep. Okay. Let's try this again. If necessary, I'll fast forward. And this episode is looking to be a pretty long one. I'll try to cut out anything unnecessary in this battle. Maybe if I just focus on beating him. Ow. on, man. I have a feeling I'm toast. I'm likely gonna have to do a montage. Yeah, montage it is. Oh, whether you're seeing this in a montage or not, one thing I like to do for this battle is to stay really high up in the air whenever he's not flying. That way... Ow. That way he can't hit me. But unfortunately, I can still miss the stars that he drops. And in the process, he can end up with an opportunity to hit me from there. Alright. Come on. Yeah, flying above him can bait him if you play it just right. You also got to time when you decide to land on the ground. Because if you do it too soon, you can find yourself with too little time to move away. Well, if you do it too soon, you could get hit. If you do it too late, you could get hit. If you do it too soon, you might not have enough time to do what you were trying to do. There we go. If you can get him to fly off the screen, you're good. We're looking at a pretty long episode here. I'm getting a little nervous, thinking about both the time and defeating Dedede. And also giving commentary. No offense, guys. As much as I enjoy giving commentary to you, it does distract a little. Again, nothing personal. It's not you guys, it's just... You know how multitasking is. It's a pain in the rear. And that's another good thing about flying over him. If he decides to use his inhale move, you're out of range. He can tell that he's in front of you, but he can't tell how high up you are. Alright. You fell for it again. And so far I haven't taken any damage, though I suspect I will soon. Alright. There should only be one hit left. Hey, Dedede! Take this! I love his old surprise expression. But what's this? Another level? The Fountain of Dreams. And... what? Don't do it. Nope. I made Dedede sound like Patrick there. Alright. You've caused enough trouble, Dedede. It's time for everyone to get their dreams back. That's not supposed to happen. Time to panic! I love the little animations there. But now we're the ones being sent into space to fight Nightmare. Yeah, I always thought that was an interesting graphical glitch, you know, with the... like, whenever... when Kirby starts this battle, he's pink, but if he... but when he takes his first hit, he suddenly switches to his, lighter palette when he gets most from when he gets most abilities. Okay, now this is also a timed battle. If I don't get killed first, I'll show you what happens when you take too long. Yep. We start in space, we're descending through the clouds. And then he died! Okay. But yeah. Actually, since we got the Star Rod ability now, I might as well, check out the pause menu. Make the final effort. Shoot the star to defeat the final enemy. Pretty self-explanatory. Okay, Nightmare follows a very simple pattern. And whenever he does this attack, well, you can just slide between the centermost stars. But at a certain point, he'll change up his pattern, and he'll start firing... I mean, I distinctly remember him changing up his pattern and firing stars that like, cross over each other to hit you. Maybe it was only in the Game Boy remake? Okay. There's the time limit. No. We're stuck. He abandoned us to get squished by the ground. And then he died. Alright. I'm gonna make that the last one. Now I'm gonna actually try to defeat Nightmare. And in case it wasn't made clear by that by that animation that played just before this. This is why Dedede wanted to break up the Star Rod into pieces. Actually, the manual hints that there was an ulterior motive, because it's mentioned that Kirby left to find the Star Rod without hearing another word from Dedede. Like, he would not let him explain himself, because between stealing all the food in Dreamland and in the first game for the Game Boy, yeah, after what he did back in the Game Boy game, and now there it is, the crisscross one. And now breaking the Star Rod into pieces and keeping everybody from having dreams. Well, Kirby was not having any of Dedede's excuses. Alright. And now Nightmare flees. We're headed to the real final battle. Clear the launchway, man. We're taking this baby to the moon! You were expecting a different reference, were you? Well, no, I'm trying to keep it family-friendly, I think. But Nightmare transforms. He starts shooting at us from the distance. Anyway, there's thankfully no time limit here for this boss. Nightmare's true form. Alright. This boss fight is just such a surprise compared to every other fight in the game, because, like, before you were fighting enemies that looked very much like they belonged in Kirby's world. This, of course, began the great tradition of Kirby having final opponents who looked utterly out of place and monstrous for an otherwise very adorable-looking game. And despite the background scrolling like the last game, the last fight, like, as I said, there is no time limit here. Although, one of my brothers thought that there was one. It was just, that was just longer. But I don't blame him, considering that the first time limit from that last fight just really caught all of us off guard. We weren't expecting it. But yeah, Kirby can shoot stars, which is stronger. Or he can do a spin attack by jumping. The spin attack does less, though. And actually, I'd like to give a bit of commentary on Nightmare. A few things that a few personal thoughts I had. One, I didn't realize he was wearing shades at first. I used to think that he just had... And then he died! Okay. I used to think that Nightmare just had black sclera on his eyes and white irises. Or maybe, no, white pupils. With black sclerae. Second, his smile. I think it's probably because of his cleft chin. But whenever he smiles, it kind of reminds me of Dr. Robotnik. Specifically, the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog version. I'll have to give myself a promotion! That version. Although the helmet always made me think of Optimus Prime from Transformers, specifically Optimus Primal. From Beast Wars, actually. Different character, but still same helmet variety. And, what the? I just glitched him up. I have never seen that before. I am so glad I have that on video. Okay, and... there was something else. Oh yeah, I also thought that his shoulder pads were just really big, pointy elf ears. So yeah, my initial perception of what Nightmare looked like was pretty weird, as you can tell. Mostly I'm just killing for time because this is a long battle. I'm running out of things to say. Oh, there's another one. Whenever you hit him, the expression on his face whenever you hit him, it's just pretty grotesque looking. It looks like some kind of bizarre demonic roaring of sorts as his face becomes all twisted and contorted. Alright. And also, around the time I was watching the Kirby anime, I watched that show almost obsessively as a kid. When I was watching that show, I eventually started referring to Nightmare as Lord Nightmare, just to differentiate him from the concept of nightmares. It made it clearer exactly what I was talking about. And actually, I still kind of tend to refer to him as Lord Nightmare, just for the sake of making him seem more... he almost glitched again, for the sake of making him sound more ominous. Yeah, this fight was actually... I think it was almost harder in... I don't remember if it was easier or harder in the Game Boy Advance remake, because the Game Boy Advance remake had the same issue as with Nightmare as he did for Dedede. Small screen, massive boss. So he would collide with you. Oh, he's doing that upside down thing. Like a vampire. Whenever he does that, you know that he's, actually, more accurately, when he gets low on health, you know he's gonna start doing that. Also, I aimed the wrong way. I'm such a doofus. Okay. And then he died! Hopefully I won't have to do that anymore, because I'm through messing around. Okay, it's a good thing that his projectiles can be destroyed, but yeah. Shooting him with stars will do more damage to him, as I've mentioned, and also you cannot hit him when his cloak is up. It's like that whole, got him. If you don't hit that spectral, tornado-like, well, I don't really know if it qualifies as a body. But unless you hit that massive vortex of energy beneath his cloak, you're not going to be able to do a thing to him. Everything will just bounce off otherwise. Ironically, I mentioned the Kirby anime. The Kirby anime. They actually did it a little differently. Unlike this game, where you could only damage Nightmare by shooting at the energy under his cloak, in the anime, he would absorb anything that was shot at. He would absorb anything and he could only be killed in the dream world. But fortunately for us, that is not the case. Come on. I just need... Here we go! Okay. Take that! Nightmare is defeated. You know, that kind of sounded like a machine gun. I always thought that. But here, we have the ending. Maybe the Eggman reference would have been more fitting. You know, no, I'm keeping it family friendly. Well, we blew up the moon, and peace is restored. Wait, no. Let me do this for real. Kirby fought to find the Star Rod, but King Dedede did not mean any harm. Bad dreams had invaded Dreamland. A nightmare came to the Dream Spring and tried to cause pain to the people. Dedede foiled the nightmare by hiding the Star Rod from him. I love that shot of Kirby and Dedede flying side by side. Dedede helped Kirby beat the nightmare. Now, everyone's dreams will return. Tonight, Dreamland will sleep well. Sorry, I'm actually tearing up. It's the music. It's just so beautiful. It has a real nostalgic sort of feeling. I mean, I'm not talking about me feeling nostalgic specifically, but just the notion that the journey is over. And there they are. Everyone's dreams. By Kirby? I'm actually tearing up. Well, that was Kirby's adventure. Oh, Satoru Iwata. Anyway, yeah, this is the ending, and we're getting to see Kirby fight all the bosses except Nightmare. Oh, spoilers. But, yeah, we're seeing Kirby use a bunch of different abilities to fight them. The only one that's not possible is using Throw on Wispy Woods, because, yes, you've probably figured out, you can't get the Throw ability in the first world. But yeah, Stone against Paint Roller, Fireball against Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright. Actually, I realized that's kind of ironic, Kirby using fire to fight the sun. Oh, and, there's a Heavy Mole being beaten up with a parasol. Of course, you can't use any ability other than Sword for a Meta Knight. Yeah. I think it's very fitting that they closed out this game at the end credits with, green greens. Well, yeah, I'm pretty much done at this point. I'll probably do another Let's Play soon, but only a short one. And then I'll do the bonus episode that I was mentioning earlier. But for now, this is it. I'll see you guys again. Bye-bye.